In today's You Ask, I Answer, Patrick asks, why should people pursue a career as a marketer in 2018? It's an interesting question. I'm not sure people should pursue marketing careers. You get into marketing really if you enjoy the discipline of marketing, if you enjoy what marketing's functional purpose is. The soul of marketing, the heart and soul of marketing, is connection. It's using communications, tools, and tactics and methods and strategies as a way to create awareness, consideration, and evaluation of a company's products or services prior to purchase. Now, marketing isn't sales. Marketing isn't advertising either. It's sort of that bridge between the broadest awareness and the transaction, and helping make that connection between those two entities, and then after purchase, reinforcing loyalty and evangelism after purchase, which is an important part of marketing that people often forget. We connect as marketers. We connect audiences with products and services that solve their problems. So if you enjoy doing that, if you enjoy the art and science of connection, if you enjoy blending stories and data and analytics and interactions with people, if you enjoy talking to people and talking with people and listening to people with problems they have, and figuring out how you can solve those problems with the company's products and services, then yes, that's a good reason to become a marketer. That is you're well suited for that. If you can think with both sides of your brain, analytical and creative, then you should pursue a career in marketing. Now, here's the greater challenge for marketers, and this applies to both marketers who are already in the profession as well as those like students who are contemplating entering marketing as a profession. The greater challenge is not marketing itself. You kind of know whether you enjoy connecting people to things. It's finding a company that's worth working at in a marketing capacity. If you look at the state of marketing right now, and over the last 10 years, it's generally terrible. It is generally, there's so much marketing that is just garbage marketing. And the reason for it is that companies' products and services, they're like a bell curve, right? There's very, very few outstanding companies that have just amazing, once-in-a-generation products and services that you would love to tell those stories. You would love to connect people to those things. There's a very, very few, like, completely disastrous, this product's sole purpose is to make the world a worse place. And then there's a whole bunch in the middle of just mediocre products and services, commodities, things that are literally a dime a dozen, and no one is excited about that product. Like, hey, here is yet another nonstick frying pan. Woo! Right? And because the products and services are mediocre or terrible, marketing struggles, right? Marketing is, because you're connecting and communicating, which are the foundations of marketing. If you're connecting and communicating, you're amplifying. If you're amplifying what's already there, then a truly amazing product, you're going to be able to amplify that super easy, right? Think of it as literal multiplication, right? If you have 1 million, multiplying it times 2 it's easy to turn that into 2 million. If you have 0, it's always going to be 0. And in the middle, if you have like 2, multiply it time, that apply that same multiplier, you only get 4, right? So it's much, much harder to have an amplification effect as a marketer on a mediocre or even a terrible product than it is on a great product. And for so many people who are trapped in this space of, I work at a company that has a commodity, you're going to require massive resources, big marketing budgets, big marketing teams, in order to move the needle even a little bit, to get people to even consider you, much less make a purchase from you. And some will, because they're looking for a better price on a commodity, or better service on a commodity, or a better customer experience. But for the most part, it's a lot heavier. It's a much heavier lift to push that boulder uphill than it is to take the truly amazing company or product or service and amplify that. As a marketer, when you work at a commodity company or a mediocre company, at a personal level, it's going to be a struggle. Right? You're going to, at the end of the day, at best, you're going to feel like, okay, I did good work to support an okay product or service, and it'll feel somewhat satisfying. At worst, you'd be like, this is sort of gnawing discontent in your soul that's like, I really should be doing something better with my life. I know that I can do more than this, whatever this is. Marketing, email services, or some server appliance and things. And it taxes your skills as a storyteller when you feel like the story you're telling isn't a great story, when there isn't anything there. I used to work in public relations and used to see companies all the time saying, we want you to tell our story, we want you to tell our story. And you look and you listen, and well, your story sucks. You're a private equity funded company that makes hotel key cards. That's not a real exciting story, right? That is, your story is you make little things that that people routinely screw up, and it's no different than anyone else's on the product on the market. So there isn't a story to tell, and you have to get super creative to try and tell that story. And even then, you're still telling a story about little plastic cards, right? I think the most exciting hotel card I saw in 10 years was one that made of wood, because it was more sustainable that way. So that's the great challenge for marketers, for people who are considering entering the profession or people who are in the profession. Not the discipline itself, but the passion for the work that you do, the passion for the company's products or services. One of the reasons that I went out on my own and co-founded the company, co-founded Brain Trust Insights, was that I wanted to 100% believe in the company, the product, and services that I was donating 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day to. And at all of the previous companies I worked for, there was some level of, okay, this is pretty good, but after a certain point in your career and in your life, you're like, pretty good's not good enough. If I'm going to be spending nights and weekends away from family and on the road and doing these things, it had better be something that is better than pretty good. It had better be, to quote the Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah, I want to do that. And so as a marketer, look for that oh yeah moment. Like, this is a company they can believe in, this is a product that I believe in, this is a product that solves a real problem that an audience has, and hopefully makes the world a better place in some way. Now, you don't have to be like life-saving change, although that certainly is a good motivator, but something that makes the world a better place rather than a worse place, something that makes the world a little bit better. And so as a marketer, when you pursue a career in marketing, be very cautious about what companies you work for. Do your due diligence and ask yourself, at the end of the day, will I feel good about working for this company? Will I feel like my work has contributed in a meaningful way, and do I get something out of it? And if the answer is no, probably time to brush up on your LinkedIn profile. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's also nothing wrong with exiting the marketing profession and saying, you know what? Not my thing. I'm not ready to tell the stories of mediocre companies. I want to do something else with my time. Maybe go into product marketing or product management or something like that, where you actually get to build the thing that you then tell the stories about. So, great question, Patrick. Complicated question with a lot of nuance to it, because it all comes down to who we are as human beings, and very challenging to find that right fit between your skills and what you want to bring into the world. So, tough question. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and to the newsletter. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. If you want help with your company's data and analytics, visit braintrustinsights.com today and let us know how we can help you.